Hello and welcome to Inspira Plus. Thank you for joining us once again in this space where we seek to grow, reflect, and find the strength to face life's challenges. If this is your first video with us, we hope these words can give you the motivation you need to keep moving forward. And if you are already part of this community, thank you for continuing this journey of growth with us. We would also like to thank all of our new subscribers. Today, we will talk about a truth that has changed the lives of millions of people. Peace can also feel strange when you have lived in chaos for too long. Sometimes we believe that after suffering for months, or even years, the only thing we will want is peace and quiet. We imagine that when the arguments end, when the uncertainty disappears, or when we finally walk away from what was hurting us, we will immediately feel relieved. But that is not always what happens. Sometimes, when peace finally arrives, we do not know how to receive it. Silence makes us nervous. Calmness feels suspicious. A day without problems can make us believe that something bad is about to happen. Even when everything seems to be fine, a part of us remains alert, waiting for the next argument, the next disappointment, or the next painful blow from life. This does not happen because we are unable to appreciate peace. It does not mean that we want to return to the pain, either. It happens because our minds and hearts learned how to survive. When you live in chaos for too long, you develop ways to protect yourself. You learn to notice every change in someone's tone of voice. You observe every gesture, every look, and every silence. You think too much before you speak. You constantly wonder whether you have done something wrong. You try to anticipate problems so they will not catch you by surprise. You become accustomed to being prepared for everything. After living this way for a long time, relaxing can begin to feel dangerous. Peace no longer feels like a safe place. It feels like a pause before another storm. Perhaps you left a relationship in which you never knew what the next day would bring. Maybe you grew up in a home where arguments were frequent. Perhaps you lived surrounded by criticism, threats, manipulation, or instability. Or maybe you spent so much time solving other people's problems that you forgot what it feels like to live without an emergency. Things may be calmer now. However, you may still find it difficult to rest. You do not know how to enjoy a peaceful moment without imagining that something will come along and ruin it. When someone takes too long to reply to your message, you assume they are upset with you. When someone remains silent, you believe you must have done something wrong. When everything is going well, your mind begins searching for problems that do not even exist yet. And perhaps you ask yourself, why can't I feel better now that everything has improved? The answer is simple, even though the process is not. You are learning how to live differently. There is nothing wrong with you. Your mind became accustomed to anticipating danger because at some point doing so helped you survive. You learned that lowering your guard could lead to pain. You learned that trusting someone could have consequences. You learned that a happy moment could end without warning. That is why, even when the danger is no longer present, your body may continue reacting as though it still needs to protect you. But there is something you need to remember. Peace is not a trap. Silence does not always mean abandonment. For a long time, you may have mistaken intensity for love. You believed a relationship was deep because it was filled with arguments, reconciliations, tears, and promises. You thought that feeling anxious about someone was a sign that they were important. You believed that your fear of losing them proved how much you loved them. However, true love should not force you to live in a constant state of worry. It should not make you walk on eggshells to avoid another argument. It should not make you question your worth every single day. When you come from chaos, peaceful love can feel strange. A person who keeps their promises may seem too ordinary. Someone who speaks respectfully, even when they are upset, may appear distant. A relationship without emotional games may seem as though it lacks excitement. But perhaps love is not what is missing. Perhaps what is missing is what you became accustomed to: fear, uncertainty, and anxiety. I can rest without feeling guilty. I deserve to live in peace. At first, you may not completely believe these words, but with time you will begin to understand them. Because peace is also something we learn. You learn it when you stop chasing people who constantly make you doubt yourself. You learn it when you no longer take part in arguments that are only meant to destroy you. You learn it when you understand that setting boundaries does not make you a bad person. You learn it when you stop sacrificing your well-being to keep other people comfortable. There will be people who try to make you feel guilty because you have changed. People who were accustomed to hearing you say yes to everything. People who preferred the version of you who remained silent, endured everything, and always forgave. And perhaps you really have changed. You are no longer the person who accepted any kind of treatment out of fear of being alone. You have changed because you finally understood that surviving is not the same as living. Sometimes you may even begin to miss the chaos. Not because you miss the pain, but because you miss what was familiar. You miss the intensity, the routines, the feeling of always having something urgent to solve. You may even miss people who hurt you, but that does not mean you should go back. You can miss someone while still recognizing that they were not good for you. You can remember the happy moments without forgetting why you had to walk away. Nostalgia does not always mean that you made the wrong decision. Sometimes, it simply means that you are closing an important chapter of your life. Do not mistake the discomfort of something new for a sign that you should return to what you left behind. Do not return to chaos simply because you have not yet learned how to live in peace. Give your mind time to understand that peace will not disappear just because you allow yourself to enjoy it. True peace does not mean avoiding every problem. True peace allows you to speak. It does not require you to make yourself smaller so that someone else can feel greater. Perhaps you are still learning all of this. Maybe peace still feels strange to you. Eventually, you will understand that you were not born to live permanently in survival mode. You were born to enjoy a life in which you do not have to prepare yourself constantly for another war. Remain in peace long enough to discover that it can also become your home. Perhaps you spent a long time learning how to survive in chaos. Now the time has come to learn how to live in calmness. And never forget, not everything unfamiliar is dangerous. Sometimes what feels strange is simply a life that is far better than the one you had become accustomed to living. Thank you for staying with us until the end here at Inspire Plus. If this message inspired you, do not forget to subscribe, leave a like, and share this video with someone who needs to believe in themselves again today. We would also like to thank all of our new subscribers. We are very happy that you are enjoying our content. We will see you in the next video. Until next time.